Alright, so this is the first video that you're going to be watching on your own. So you need to be ready to take notes. You need to have the name of the video at the beginning on top of your page. Make sure that you have your name and the date that I'm assigning this. The date I'm assigning this one is on 8/4. That's August 4th. So first we're going to talk about lines and angles. You'll see that there are two intersecting lines right here. And we're going to talk about what these angles mean and what we call them. So first, you should see that there is a linear pair here because you have intersecting lines and they are creating straight lines. This one and this one form a linear pair. This one and this one form a linear pair. And it goes on and on, around and around. Now, linear pair is something you already know about, but what you may not know about or you may need reminding of is what we call vertical angles. These are angles that are across from each other. For example, this and this are both vertical angles. The rule about vertical angles are always congruent. Always. If this angle measure is 75 degrees, so is this one. If this angle measure, well, what does this angle measure have to be? Think about that. This angle measure creates a straight line with both of those vertical angles. So, if this is 75, this angle measure has to be 180 minus 75. So this is why I said you have to know about linear pairs. So this one has to be 105 degrees, which means this one is 105 degrees. Now, you'll see these types of problems using algebra a lot, and that's the type of question you'll get on your questions that you'll answer after the video's done. Moving down to the bisectors. All right, this is a point. I know it looks like a line, but it was a point. That point, and we have two lines here. These are called tick marks. Tick marks, you'll see them T-I-C-K or T-I-C. Tick marks. These tick marks tell you that those two sections are congruent. Okay, tick marks mean congruence, which means that they are equal. Okay, now, if that means that if this one is 5, this one has to be 5. Now, can you tell me what the length of the whole line is if we give it a name of A, B, C? Line segment AB is 5. Line segment BC is 5. So my question is, what is line segment AC? Well, it's 5 plus 5 because we're talking about two sections. We know from A to B is 5 and we know from B to C is 5, so from A to C has to be 10. Again, you'll see these in different forms. You'll see them with algebra. You'll see them without algebra. Here's a very common way that you see them, and we'll leave it just like it is so that it's still divided. If this is 2x and this is x, and you know that the length from A to C is 24, what is x? Okay? You know that if you take AB plus BC, it's going to have to be equal to AC. AB, we know, is 2x, BC is x, and AC is 24. Now we have just a straight algebra problem. 3x equals 24, divide by 3, x equals 8. If you're asked for the distance, we know that BC is 8. What is AB? AB is 2 times x. 2 times 8 is 16. That's the end of the video. If you need to copy it down, now would be the time to pause.